But how do we know you're under the light? How do we know you're not the light? How do we know you're the light? How do we know you're not the light? How do we know? How do we know? How do we know? Well, my dears, well, you'll have to decide without pride. You'll have to decide without pride if Peter Pappin is channeling me, the one and only, or if he woke up December 22nd, 2006, and all of a sudden got younger and younger. Younger and younger every day. Is that out of a book you read out of the library? Or is that from the one and only Trueberry? Let me think about that. I think it's from a book out of the library. So when any of you find the book that says, shows how to get younger and younger every day, can you please forward that to us? You could call us at 323-201-2698 or email us the book. That would be better so we could read it, because we would like to know about that book, because we know there's no such thing as that book, by hook or by crook, or by schnook or by stack, or by lick or by lack, of the one and only track to the one and only smart, the hop. And then, knock knock, who's there? The light. How do we know you're the light? How do we know you're the motherfucking light? The light wouldn't be angry and say, motherfucker, ask George Bushy Mushy Tushy. You can kill and maim and destroy, but you can't say pussy and cock, or you go to hell and burn forever and ever. Right? Mr. Bush, Mr. Tush, Mr. Mushy Bushy Tushy Tushy, and all you part of the black ball list out of Los Angeles, and on Hollywood in New York City, shitty and pitty and non-witty. Hello, kitty. Are you kidding? Are any of you kidding anybody but yourself by putting yourself on a higher and higher shelf than the love, the light, the love, the bright, the love, the light, and the wet? It's okay to put yourself on a higher shelf than the clown of the town. He's a loser. He's got no wit. He can't dance. He can't move faster than Bruce Lee and Ali, that I, the love, the light, and the way, call Lily. He can't do that. That's a special effect. Knock, knock. Who's there? The light. How do we know you're the light? How do we know you're the light? How do we know? How do we know? How do we know you're the light? How do we know you're the light? How do we know that you're the light? He's not the light. This isn't a blindfold. That's Peter Pappin acting like it's a blindfold. This isn't a blindfold. This isn't a material. This is immaterial. This is not ethereal. This is not satirical. This is not lyrical. And for sure, this is not miracles. That blind boy was acting like he was blind. That girl in the front of the Love-Cert that was going in for shoulder surgery by one of the top surgeons in New York City, shitty of witty of non-pity. Or was it New Jersey? Or does it matter? All that matters is the heart of the matter. And where do you get a healing, revealing book out of the library that heals people with cancer at the airport? Muhammad. Liver cancer. And who had the answer? And don't forget, we have the lie detector. They work best, the modern day ones. 100% scientifically accurate by scientists not hired by the United States of ass government to flubberment, pun intended. Hello, how are you? How are you? Are you well? Knock, knock. Who's there? The light! The light, the light, the love, the light, the love, the light, the love, the bright. Ah! Those aren't blindfolds. That's Peter Palpin, the guy, the clown of the town, who can't get an acting job, acting like they're blindfolds. And everyone who watches those blindfolds thinks that Peter Palpin is wearing blindfolds, but he's not. He's acting like this is a blindfold. This is immaterial material. This is ethereal material. That's not material in my mouth. I'm acting like it's material in my mouth. I'm a moron. I'm the clown of the town of Los Angeles and then Hollywood. I don't know how to talk. I have marbles in my mouth. Hello, how are you? Are you well, my dears? Are you well, my dears? Are you well? Are you well, my dears? That's not a knife. This is not a knife. This is not a knife. This and that and that and this and this and this and this and that and that and thus is this and this and this. Look, he dropped it. He dropped it. He dropped what? He dropped the knife. That wasn't a knife. He was acting like that was a knife. Peter Palpin had no eye-hand coordination. Go back to his high school days. Did he play any baseball, basketball, or football? Well, the part carrying the ball. I mean catching the ball or tossing the ball. Peter Palpin had no eye-hand coordination. So how all of a sudden he could do something with his hands like no man or woman in the history of the world? Knock, knock. Who's there? The light. Who's the light? Who's the light? And so it is, and so it was. And so it was, and so it was. And so it was, and so it was. I have a question for all you yoga people. For all you yogis in the yoga studios. All you schmogies. All you namaste, namastu, namastars. Namastars. You're all stars, but not in the one and only star's eyes, you're not. You're ugly, and you're smugly, and you're down wrong fugly. All of you with all those yoga studios, and those yoga's newspapers, and yoga's news magazines. I do not feel sorry for you. I do not feel sorry for you. And let me ask you a question. How is it that Peter Palpin has over 111 yoga moves never seen on the planet before? Knock, knock. Who's there? The love, the light, the love, the bright, the love, the light, I'm the way. And so I'm here with the verse of the universe, which is not a curse, and it is not perverse, as long as you stay in the one and only smart, the heart.